So I am someone that does enjoy country music, and Elle King is one of those country singers that I think is pretty good. What I like about this cover is it is black and white, but if you look closely at the Elle King part, there are some colored jewels and stuff like that, some green and blue jewels in her name. So it's not a completely black and white cover. There is a hint of color in there, but with her aesthetic that she's going for with this CD, I think it looks nice and it kind of pops the name out a little bit. And I also like the fact that the side of the case here is transparent so you can see through it. And in this case, it doesn't have Elle King on the side right there. I know in the Taylor Swift CD I said it would have been nice to have something in there, but in this case, it's actually looking better not having something in there. I think it fits the aesthetic of the CD quite nicely. And then here is the side of the case. You got her jewels again. It is a black background, but it has some white spots splattered around a little bit, which makes it look nice. And I do appreciate the fact that they put the jewels, on both sides of the text here, and then they had like one jewel or something like that in the direct center. I think that's a nice little design. Doesn't have to be anything crazy, but they actually put work into it rather than just, Elle King love stuff. They actually cared about the design seemingly for this. Now, once you open it up, this is what you are presented with, and I will be honest, the silver and black background is fitting for her theme, but it is a bit boring. And then you can see there's some like black splotches or something in there as well. It is rather boring, but I guess it does work with the aesthetic that she went with for the CD. Luckily, the jewels and all that on on her name are still colored, so that continues to fit in with the aesthetic. But overall, not hugely disappointing, but it is still slightly disappointing that they really did stick with that sort of black and white styling. And then for behind the CD, they just didn't seem to put really any effort into it at all. I mean, there's some like smoke effect in the background here on the sides where you'd see it with a disc in, but I mean, they just didn't really seem to care that much about this, or that was intentional design. But in my opinion, it's kind of lackluster, especially after seeing the Taylor Swift one. It's like some of these other CDs can do a lot more. But then you get a nice picture of her on the left side right there, continuing with the black and white theme, and she really does have that biker aesthetic, which I kind of dig. I think it works well for her. Now, if you open up that paperwork, there's two sides to this. This isn't a standard designed paperwork, so I can appreciate this. But this one just has, or this side I should say, just has the cover, the inside, and then all of the songs and the lyrics. So I appreciate the fact that they put the lyrics in there. I like when CDs do this, just in case you don't know all the songs. You can learn it without having to look it up online. Nothing fancy has been done for these lyrics like the Taylor Swift CD did, but, I guess that's fine because what's on the other side is cool enough to make up for it. Because on this side, well, she decided to put herself in the picture, which, half of her face is gone from the picture, but I think we can all figure out what she's trying to push here. I do like that she has a tattoo, like, right there, though. That's kind of cool. I don't know what it says, but she really has that biker aesthetic going. Like, she is part of a biker club, and I kind of dig it. But, yeah, overall, it's just the lyrics again with that picture of her in the background. So it's better than nothing, and I do appreciate the lyrics. And then for the back side, it's just a pure black background with a bit of white smoke effect going for it, which is kind of consistent with the rest of the CD. So nothing too crazy, but it does look nice for what the aesthetic is wanting to be. Another thing I realized while recording a video that will be up on the channel soon is I don't even point out which songs I enjoy on the CDs. So I'm going to start with this one, which I really like, Where the Devil Don't Go. I really love X's and O's. And then America's Sweetheart is probably one of my favorites. X's and O's and America's Sweetheart is probably my two favorites. And then Song of Sorrows is also really good. But yeah, some pretty good songs overall. So yeah, that is the Elle King CD. Country music, but her music is good. And the CD, while basic, is at least still nicely designed.